Shalom, this is your brother Tazaya Amar coming out again with another weekly lesson, and I pray that it be edifying. But first of all, I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Awashai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say Shalom and a half to all the sisters and brothers that striving in this same true doctrine. Shalom. Today's lesson is, oh man, there's so much going on, and all around the globe until hey, it's hard to just focus on one particular thing. Um, we got the Russian icons that's being exposed by Putin. We got bridges collapsing that named after Francis Scott Keys, the guy that wrote the national anthem. We got wars and rumors of wars across the globe. He's count the thing. Not even that doesn't include the things that are happening right here in your own community and amongst your own household. But I'm begin with the Russian icons. Now, my takes on this is it's not so much as exposing the truth as it is for more or less propaganda reason. Out of all these years that those icons been in Russia, but all of a sudden they want to bring them out now. Why haven't they brought them out, decades ago, almost centuries ago? Because they've been in their possession for the longest. That's when I say it's got to be an ulterior motive for them all of a sudden want to bring them out now. And with that being said, I'm going to go to the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 22. For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. In these days of Passover and a few days after Passover, so much is being exposed. Different things, different scenarios is just manifesting themselves. And this just happened to be one out of hundreds, one out of thousands. As I say, some things that are being manifested are global, some are local, and some of them within your own household. Hey, the Most High is making His presence known. And with that, I'm going to move to the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. I'm going to read that again. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. As I was saying earlier, out of all these years that those icons been in their possession, not all of a sudden they want to bring them out. And I'm sure they have their own agenda in mind, not knowing that, hey, the ways of their ways are, hey, they're being controlled by the Most High. And there's a scripture that go into it, but it completely slipped my mind right now, but it'll come to me in a little bit. Yeah, they think they are following their own agenda, that they got their own motive. No, your plans are of the Most High. And as I said, I think that it's more of a propaganda stunt because Russia has been accused by the USA of immoral acts by invading Ukraine. But who is what can the US what grounds do they have to speak on? The USA, what grounds do they have to speak on? You know, they invaded what? They invaded this country. They slaughtered the Native American Indians. They slaughtered the Latino brothers and sisters. They slaughtered them for this country. They've been dispersed among other nations where they slaughtered and took control over people's resources. Australia, Alaska, different parts of Africa. Hey, and the list goes on, you know. This devil has spread his poison abroad. Everywhere he goes is death and destruction. With that being said, I'm going to move to the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And this was coming abroad now. You know, hey, Vladimir Putin has opened up the vault to the Russian icons, and hey, a lot of people very upset with that, with him bringing out those icons. And you can only imagine why. The truth is being exposed. The true people of the Bible. Hey, the truth is coming out. They can no longer hide it. And as I said earlier, I'm sure they did it for propaganda reasons, but hey, not realizing that, hey, their every move was controlled by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, hey, the Most High is making itself known in these days, in these latter days. And with that, I'm going to move to the book of Matthew. The book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 25. And Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Hey, the Most High, these devils, hey man, they going against each other. You know, for years they had us in a division, had us in a delusion, fighting amongst ourselves, as the brother Patak bring out about the two gazelles that's fighting in the midst of the bushes, but at the same time, the lion is creeping up on them while they're fighting amongst themselves. So now this is what the Most High have presented to them. While they're fighting against themselves, hey, Yahweh Bashem Awashai is on the way back. That Lion of Judah, hey, is on the way back. He's crouching and he's approaching. And with that, I'm going to move to the book Mark, the book of Mark, the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. Hey, and these devil ends is fast approaching. And they know it. They're beginning to pull out all stops. And the worst is yet to come, because we haven't headed into Jacob's trouble yet. So hey, take heed, sisters and brothers. It's high time for us to come back to these law, statutes, and the law, statutes, and commandments. Now is the time to come back. And with that being said, I'm going to close out by giving all praises and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rikakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say shalom and ahab to all the sisters and brothers that striving in this same true doctrine. Shalom, endure to the end. Shalom.